amongst our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
for the world we're gonna make.
I'll be looking back on this and I'll say, I'm so happy that you said you would stay. There were times I know that I was crazy, fraying at the edges and you saved me. I'm losing count of chances that you gave me. You're laughing at me dancing really badly, and telling me the reasons why you'd gladly do it all again. Cause I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Well, hey, words can never adequately convey everything you're giving to me today. But holding you is better than a holiday, and leaving you I dread it like exam day. So at the risk of sounding kinda risque, everything to now has been the foreplay. Darling, I would follow you to Norway, or anywhere you want it. Cause I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. One day, when we're getting wrinkly and our hair's grey, a rusty old banger in the driveway, one of us will maybe wear a toupee, but I will be in love with you.
Amazing people, and welcome to the Transformational Speakers Academy graduation. This is such such a powerful moment. And what you can't see is that all of our amazing speakers today were just rocking out behind the scenes, dancing around like crazy. They are so excited to present for you today. It is just going to be a magical moment. And this, for them and for you, is the culmination of 8 weeks of powerful precision and practice, where they have undergone a transformation in their own lives, a transformation in their speaking journey to create a transformation for you. This isn't just about information. It's not just about inspiration. This is about transformation, powerfully presenting through the screen to impact the lives of people like you, our beautiful audience. And I want to give a round of applause to all of you for showing up, by the way. We got a lot for you to do, because this isn't just about speakers. This is also about an incredible audience. So first of all, I would love you to share with me, where are you in the world? Is it the morning? Is it the afternoon? Is it the evening? Are you wrapped up in bed? Where are you in the world? Let's see it in the chat, because what I know about these gigs is that they are global events, and we have people coming from all over the world. I know for a fact we got people in California, we got snowy New York. Oh, I'm sorry, it's snowing there. It's actually a beautiful day in England. I'm here in England today, and it's a reasonably mild day. We got no rain, we got some blue skies, which is beautiful. We have Germany in the house, we have Texas, yo, yeah, I love it, Caroline. Absolutely fantastic. Where else do we have? New Hampshire. I see you, Sean. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. This is beautiful. And this is not the end for you in the audience, because I really want you to play full out, because how you show up, we have Argentina, Maria in Mendoza, Argentina. It's how you show up is really going to inspire our speakers today, because when they are on the stage, they see you and they feel all of the energy that you're giving to us. So we really need your help. Put into the chat what you're feeling. When they ask you a question, raise your hand, shout it out loud. Because here's the thing, whenever we are part of a transformation experience, we get out what we put in. We get out what we put in, that's right. Because when we just listen to a presentation, our brain kind of takes it in, but we forget it just like that. But when we gesture, when we shout, when we use our body, when we use our voice, then we start to remember in all of the different places in our brain. So we get 10 times more cognition and remembering of this incredible content that you're going to see. So can you do that for me? Put a yes in the chat if you are willing to play full out today and be a participant, not just a spectator, in these 3 transformational stories that you are going to hear today. Because here's the thing, I want you to get the most out of this for showing up. And so I have 3 questions to ask you. I want you to think about, how can you make this experience as easy for yourself as possible? Anyone know? Drop it in the chat for me. Well, the answer is taking notes like crazy, making notes, recording the things that appear to you, the insights that you get, maybe even a breakthrough that you might receive today from all of our amazing speakers. And that will mean that by making the notes of what matters, when you write it, you invite it. So you're anchoring in the things that are most important. So make sure you have a pen and paper, or maybe you take notes on your phone, or maybe you even use your computer, but make notes of the things that impact you the most, because at the end, I'm going to be asking you, what was the biggest impact you got? So I want you to easily know what was the thing for you. The second thing is, how can you make this experience fun for yourself? And we make it fun by playing full out, by having high energy, by being excited. And that is what's going to transfer that energy from you into the chat and into our incredible speakers today. And when you, as I said before, you get out of things what you put into it. So put everything in, test yourself, see if you can go to another level. Because even if I'm coming to you through this screen, I can already feel your energy. And I want you to get excited, because when you get excited, you will take away so much more transformation, so much more information, and so much more motivation, the holy 3. And the final question is, how can you make this experience impactful for yourself and others? Maybe there's a friend who would really love to be a great transformational speaker. Maybe they could be here today. Maybe you could share the link with them. Maybe you could message them and say, hey, I'm thinking of you. because I know you've got a message that you need to get out there. And I think I have a way that you could do it. And I'd love you to experience what that looks like. So don't just absorb the information, engage with it, and help others to have transform as well. Share it. When you write it, you invite it. Beautiful. So I'm so excited, and I know our speakers are. So I'm going to introduce now our first speaker. So what can I say about this incredible lady? She puts the fun in finance. She has over 30 years. And when you see her, you won't believe me, because she doesn't look old enough to have 30 years of experience as a CPA, entrepreneur, and business advisor. And she has helped countless business owners navigate risk, protect their families, and build lasting financial foundations and freedom. And she believes that certainty is not security. And we have to eliminate these financial blind spots that we all have before they become emergencies, because finance is not a one and done scenario. We have to keep paying attention, because financial markets move so quickly and our lives move quickly. So we have to keep our finger on the pulse of the financial engine of our lives. So please welcome to the stage, I'll use my button here, the financial strategist, founder of Beyond the Numbers, Nilsa Santiago.
Thank you, Lou, for that introduction. Who here has ever felt completely certain that your finances were secured until you were proven wrong? Happened to me. A call from American Express gave me a well-deserved wake-up call. Despite my finance 30-year plus experience, I was blindsided. I was exposed. It's Friday morning, and I will never forget February 6th. I just completed my yoga class, because Fridays, I block 4 hours out for myself. No meetings, no deadlines. They're for me. And I completed my yoga class for my instructor from India. I'm on the mat. I am in pure bliss. And I decide to do a little bit of mobility exercise. She says, I'm on the mat, let's just do that. And I pull out my phone to continue to multitask during the day. I open my American Express app to make a payment, a quick payment. And there it is, the message. We have been trying to contact you. Your card has been suspended in red, 800 number. I jumped up from the mat. My stomach drops. I'm getting butterflies, and I'm turning I have heat on my face. Like, what's going on? I've had this card for so many years. I always make my payments. What's going on? So I call American Express, and they say, it's a financial review. Send up these documents and this link. And when you're done, call us back. I call them back. Everything looks in order. Now they want to make a 3-way call with my bank to make sure that I am an account holder. And then a piece of cake. Of course, I'm an account holder. Well, as we do the 3-way call, this is a new bank that we have. I'm not on the account. I am not on the account. I go to my husband. I said, I'm not on the corporate account. He goes, of course you are. And American Express says, put your documents in order and call us back. Now, when she said that, for me, that was like a slap. Put your documents in order. But it was the best gift that she has ever given us, because my documents were not in order. And as I was trying to blame somebody for this mistake, I realized that 5 years ago, when we changed to a bank and we filled out all the documents, there was a final step that I needed to do. Go to the bank, show my ID, and sign the signatory cards. But I chose delayed decisions. I delayed and delayed the decisions. And since the banking landscape has changed, where we do everything from our phone, I don't sign checks. It's been 5 years that I don't sign a check. So I let it pass and I forgot. And you're going to say, so what's the big deal? Get on the signature to just go sign the cards and be on the account. Of course, after a week, that's what happened. But I exposed myself. I exposed my family, having capital and not having access to it because you're not in the account. is a legal battle for 2 or 3 years to have access in the case of an emergency. So that was a lesson. That was the lesson learned. That opened box of Pandora for us. I'm a financial person, as I said, for 30 plus years. I'm a financial architect. I help people avoid these risks. And here I put myself in that position. And this reminds me of, the cobbler's shoe story. The cobbler has shoes, creates shoes for everybody, but his kids have broken shoes or don't have shoes at all. So this is not acceptable for me. And it's a gift that American Express called me on my Friday morning. And I'm going to share this message with everybody. So if you're taking notes, please write this down. Put your documents in order, whatever that means for you. At Tony Robbins' event, my favorite event, Business Mastery, I've been there twice and I will probably go a third time. Keith Cunningham gets on the stage and starts talking about blind spots, about exposure. He wrote the book, The Road Less Stupid. Just think about that word stupid. I was stupid. He writes the book, The Road Less Stupid. As he himself delayed decisions, blind spots, exposed himself and lost $100 million. He's a finance expert. So there's blind spots. And I want to share that with you. Now, as we talk about these blind spots and these exposures, I'm reminded of when we are children. Who remembers when you used to get the crayons and the paper and you would create this magical world with your crayons, and you would go home and your mom would put those paintings on the refrigerator. We would draw colorful animals and trees, flowers, homes. It was what was in our vision at the time. As adults, we don't have crayons. We get to play with credit. And we create our own world, our own lifestyle with credit. And we purchase homes and second homes, boats, cars, paintings, jewelry. We go on vacation. And what we need to realize here, that when I talk about delayed decision making, not going to the bank, because the banking landscape changed. I have an app. I do everything through my app. I stopped signing checks. I expose myself. But we're doing that with credit as well. Sometimes you don't realize that a quick decision, first consequence decision, it's tapping into the future Nilsa, the future self, because credit has terms. And if you buy something 15, 20 years or 7 years, future self is paying for that. So as we talk about delayed decisions, let's look at the credit and the debt. And let's start decluttering that a little bit. I am invited to an activity and my sister's event. She's on stage. She's 70 people. She wants to present a new business model. She has 15 kids. And she's pitching, and there's 70 people looking at her. Nobody raises their hand. So I immediately raise my hand. I want a kid. And seconds later, 20, 25 hands go up and they want a kid. Well, what happens? There's only 15. When we delay decisions, something that is an opportunity for ourselves, we're missing out. So there's a lot here to unpack. Put your documents in order. Decisions. Don't delay decisions. And I want to ask you something. Where are you with putting your documents in order? Where are you being exposed? Is it exercise? Is it business opportunities? Is it financial planning? Why? Ask yourself why. And when will you be looking at the blind spots in your financial planning and in your life? And I want to bring a metaphor here, the marshmallow metaphor. There's a teacher and she puts all these marshmallows on the table and she tells the kids, you can have one now or you can wait until I come back and you can have two. So 70% of the kids grab their first marshmallow. 30% of the kids wait. So I want you to be that 30%. Don't delay decisions. Put your documents in order and try to figure out where you are exposed. Don't wait for a phone call, because that phone call gave me a gift, but it could have been a totally different phone call. It could have been an emergency. And then I would not have access to those funds for 2 or 3 years. And that would have affected my family structure, my financial family structure I so hard work for. So if you're curious about more, I would love to invite you to subscribe to a newsletter called Beyond the Numbers. And we go beyond the numbers in the newsletter. And tomorrow will be edition 87. And we're gonna put the link in the chat so you guys can subscribe. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing, Neil. So what a journey, and some absolutely incredible insights there that just blew my mind, that I'm just not thinking about in terms of my own financial future. How did that feel for you to deliver today?
Well, it's awesome to have a real life story that I'm still reeling it in my head, and to be able to share it and to go deeper in other stages on how this really affects a family when you don't have your documents in order. I mean, the lady in American Express said it beautifully. We need to get our documents in order, whatever that is for you.
Lovely, beautiful. And I as Neil says, share this. I want you to think, what in the chat, what was the biggest takeaway for you? I think for me, it was that delaying the consequences to me of tomorrow. That's something that makes me think, wow, and different. And I think you shared it beautifully. You always share financial information in such a creative way. Such a pleasure. Let's hear it one more time for Neil, sir. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Neil, sir. Oh, where are we? Whoop, there we go. Okay, next we have got an incredible speaker. And the question that he was asking was, how would I build something that really makes a difference? How many of you would love to build something in your life that could impact hundreds, thousands, or maybe even millions of people around the world? Put your hand in the air, or put a 1 in the chat if you would love to build something that could just literally shift the lives of millions of people, because that is the idea behind Coachy. And Dennis Spohr is the founder of Coachy, and he started building something out of a really simple but powerful desire to have freedom. And that idea to create freedom became Coachy. And this is an online platform that enables coaches and trainers to build and sell their own video courses all over the world. And over the past 9 years, Dennis's dedication went from a personal project to a company that is all over the world with a remote team and a phenomenal level of income, and so many lives transformed. Today, he's going to share why Coachy was created and explore a really powerful question. What could you build if you really trusted yourself? So please welcome to the stage the incredible Dennis Spohr, live from Portugal, founder of Coachy. Take it away, Dennis. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Luke. Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be here. And before I start, I want to ask you something. Have you ever looked at someone else and thought, they seem more confident than me, more ready than me, maybe more like what success is supposed to look like? And if so, please, right now, write a yes in the comments if that ever have been you. I'm asking this because I want to tell you, I know that you're not alone with that, because almost everyone at some point feels that. Even the people you think are ahead of you. And yeah, thank you. Look at all the comments. Thank you so much. And there you can clearly see that you are not alone with that. And if you're someone who thinks deeply, works quietly, and doesn't love the spotlight, this is for you. Let me tell you a story. When I was 23, I made a big decision that really scared me. I moved abroad, away from Germany to Malta. Not because I had everything figured out, but because I wanted freedom. Sun, palm trees, the ocean. It was one of the biggest challenges of my life. New country, different language. And I remember one moment in the first summer, it was on the beach in a very relaxed moment. And my partner at that time asked me to order ice cream for us in English. And guess what? I was too scared. I didn't go to that ice cream truck. So no ice cream on the beach. And now I'm standing here giving a talk in English. Malta wasn't just a random move. It was my first attempt at choosing freedom. But during the day, I was still employed as a software developer, working for someone else. Not building a vision, just finishing website projects for clients of somebody else. Projects I didn't really care about. Deadlines, tasks, finish one, start the next. But after finishing my 8 hours workday, I would start working again. Because I didn't want to spend my life building dreams for someone else. I worked at night, and sometimes even at midnight, it was still 30 degrees in the apartment. I would sit there in my swimming shorts, 2 monitors squeezed onto a tiny desk, my old oversized keyboard barely fitting. There was no space left, just enough room for passion and for the dream. But at the same time, I saw other founders. They were confident, charismatic, owning the room. They were not afraid to speak. They were not second guessing every sentence. They looked like they belonged there. And I thought, that's what a real founder looks like. And I was sure that's not me. I had a lot of thoughts like, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I should be louder. Maybe I'm just behind. That's what comparison does. Comparison makes progress invisible. In the very early days of Coachy, even before the official launch, I flew to a small business event in Germany. Nothing big, maybe 20 people. And there we played one of those networking games. So music on, we walk around walk around. Music stops, we introduce ourselves to the person next to us. And I remember this feeling. I was very nervous walking around in that big room. And then the music stops. I turn to the guy next to me. He looks at me and says, "You're the guy from Kochi, right?" And my first thought is, how can he know Kochi? How is that possible? I honestly thought he was confusing me with someone else. And I say, "Yes, that's me." And he smiles. "I use Kochi, I love it. It works so well. I'm so glad to meet you." And for a second, I don't know what to say. I feel surprise, even disbelief, unsecure. And then I feel something I hadn't allowed to feel myself before. Pride. Kochi was bigger than the version I had in my head. People already knew the name, they were talking about it, and they were even recommending it. My confidence just hadn't caught up yet. That was in the early stage, back when Kochi was still small. But over the years, things changed. Kochi grew a lot. It became an 8-figure business and one of the leading platforms in Germany. I could see the numbers, I could see the growth. But growth looks very different when you see it in the life of the people. And I remember one specific moment where that really hit me. Because my team works fully remote, once a year we bring everyone together. We fly in from different countries, we spend a week brainstorming, building, and just being together. We have even found ourselves in South Africa, standing on the beach, watching penguins together. And on one of those team weeks, I remember one specific arrival day very clearly. I'm standing in the living room, looking towards the kitchen. Our private chef had just prepared dinner for the whole team. On that first evening, a new team member arrived. It was his first time meeting everyone in person. And I remember it very clearly. From that little distance, I'm watching towards the kitchen. The new guy arrives in that scenery, in that room, and everyone goes towards him, hugging him, laughing, excitement, big smiles on every face. I remember really enjoying this warm and excited energy. And then, in this moment, it really hits me. Some of them had flown 12 hours to be here, crossing different continents, trusting that this is worth it. And in that moment, I feel so proud. Not because of the villa, not because of the flights, but because what it meant. All of this exists because once I started with a single line of code. A few years earlier, it was just me, a hot apartment in Malta, sitting on a tiny desk. And now, I'm not building alone anymore. And I can invite all those people paying for their flights. They don't even have to take days off. And for a long time, I was already creating impact. I just didn't see it yet. And that's when I truly understood something. Quiet doesn't mean small. Impact doesn't require noise. Coachy didn't win by shouting into the market. Coachy won by quietly solving a real problem really well. It requires you to trust what you're building, even when you still feel behind. Over the last 9 years, thousands of coaches have built their business based on coaching. Some of them clicked publish on their very first online course, and for the first time, they made money with their own knowledge. And today, more than 1.5 million members are learning from those coaches on my platform. Sometimes I really try to understand that number. That's not just users and data, that's real people. And the crazy part, I didn't become louder. I didn't become someone else. I just kept building. Quiet doesn't mean small, it never did. You don't have to be loud, charismatic, or visible to build something truly meaningful. You don't have to look like someone else to create real impact. And maybe the thing you're building right now, quietly, consistently, without applause, is already bigger than the version you have in your head. Remember my question at the beginning. Have you ever looked at someone else? Stop looking at someone else. Don't look at me. Start building what's yours. So my question for you is, what could you create if you trusted yourself long enough to truly impact someone's life? Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Absolutely outstanding, Dennis. What a beautiful story. And I could just see so many people just lighting up the chat with comments and recognition and saying, me too, I understand. How did that feel for you to share that today?
Oh, it was amazing. I was very excited and I feel so good now. It was perfect. I'm
Beautiful.
super happy.
And just a tree of quotes like with falling on my head, because one line of code to 1.5 million people worldwide. What a tremendous arc of your story, from your own self-discovery, your confidence building, the business building. I think you've inspired a ton of people to go and do something incredible. So my question for you, just before you leave, for all the viewers here, what's one thing you're going to do this week to start your journey of creativity and creating something meaningful like Dennis? Make a note of it for yourself now and follow through. And let's all thank Dennis for giving us that inspiration to do something and change the world, starting with one small act. Absolutely amazing, Dennis. And finally, our final speaker today is someone who I think her story redefines strength. Ava Palladino not only has a beautiful name, but she's also a resilience coach, and she is a former change management exec. So she did huge change programs in huge corporate environments. But what she learned was that the hardest change is not organizational, it's personal. Through her Be Unprecedented company and her EVA method, which she's going to explain a little bit more about shortly, She helps women to rebuild confidence and identity after unexpected job losses so they can move forward with total clarity. And her talk today is entitled No Longer Waiting, Your Title Was Never Your Identity. She shows how women can turn a job loss from a setback to a comeback. So let's welcome to the stage the incredible, the amazing Eva Palladino. Welcome to the stage, Eve. We all want to know about your transformational journey, so take it away. The stage is yours.
Thanks, Luke, and hello, everyone. I woke up this morning before my alarm with this talk already on my mind, and I scribbled a few notes on my journal, so don't be surprised if I glance at it. But before I begin, I want to ask you something. How do you feel about change? Be honest. If you love change, type yes in the chat if change exhilarates you. If change makes you uncomfortable, even anxious, type no. Go ahead, I'll give you a few seconds. Now, if you're typing, maybe you've noticed something already. Very few people are probably going to say, I love unexpected change. And that's interesting because we say we want to grow, we want to evolve, we want transformation, but growth only comes through change. And sometimes change does not knock politely. Sometimes it shows up as disruption. And disruption doesn't just change your schedule, it changes your identity. For me, that disruption came when I lost my job. For you, it might be a broken relationship, a divorce, an empty nest, a health diagnosis. But whatever your role was, that was never your identity. And I didn't understand that until mine disappeared. It was a regular meeting, calendar invite, nothing unusual. But when I logged on, human resources was there. And in that split second, I knew something was up. You know that feeling when your body understands before your brain does? My chest tightened. I sat straighter. I told myself, stay calm, be professional. I had spent years in executive rooms. I helped organizations navigate disruption. But this time I wasn't facilitating disruption. I was experiencing it. And in minutes, the title I had worked years to earn was gone. That call ended. I closed my laptop. I walked into the living room. I looked at my husband and said, I just got fired. And almost immediately, another thought hit me. Not how will we pay the bills, but what will people think? I didn't tell most of my friends and colleagues for almost a year. Heck, they may be just hearing about it now. You see, I didn't just lose a job. I lost the version of myself I thought people respected. And that's when I had to evaluate something very uncomfortable. I had tied my identity to being chosen. That experience became the foundation for a simple framework. 3 steps: evaluate, validate, activate. Picture a triangle in your mind, or maybe write it down on a piece of paper if you have one. At the top, evaluate. On one corner, validate, and the other, activate. First, evaluate. Where have you tied your identity to a role? Where have you confused your title with value? Because when the mirror disappears, you decide who you are without it. That's uncomfortable, but it's also powerful. Second, validate. That thought, what will people think of me? That wasn't weakness, it was conditioning. High-achieving women are trained to be chosen, promoted, selected, validated. we measure ourselves by recognition. So when recognition stops, it feels like we disappeared. Of course you're scared. Of course you doubt. Of course you wonder if your best chapter is behind you. But that fear is not your identity. It's a transition. And then comes the most important step: activate. At some point, you have to decide, will you protect the version of you that was chosen, or will you choose yourself? For me, that decision happened during a walk. After weeks of reflection, I told a friend, I'm not looking for another job. That was terrifying. Then I told my husband, I'm starting my own business. And saying it out loud made it real. I had no business plan, no clear niche, no roadmap, but I had a decision. And sometimes that's all you need. Then something happened that I still can't fully explain. I went to a women's event. We were making vision boards. Not my usual Friday night, but remember, I was being introspective. I was flipping through a magazine, not thinking about much at all, just in the moment, just flipping. And then I saw it. One word, big, bold, on the page: unprecedented. I would have never chosen that word for myself. It felt too big, too bold, too audacious. But seeing it energized me. It felt like permission. So I cut it out, I glued it down. Something shifted. I wasn't waiting to be defined anymore. I was defining myself. I decided I would be unprecedented in my own life. Not chosen, not approved, not validated, unprecedented. I will no longer wait to be chosen. If that resonates, type "I choose me" in the chat or write it on a notebook or a piece of paper. That's what activation looks like. My grandmother is the most resilient person I have ever known. She had all these sayings. One of them was, para atrás ni pa coger impulso. Don't step back, not even to gain momentum. That became my mantra, because activate isn't clarity, it's commitment. Resilience doesn't live in readiness. It lives in movement. You don't feel ready and then act. You act to become ready. So if you're standing in disruption right now, if your title shifted, if your certainty feels shaky, if you know there's more in you, here's what I invite you to do. Evaluate, validate, activate. And if this talk stirred something in you, don't ignore it. There's a link in the chat. I invite you to click it, choose a date and time, fill in your name and email, and let's design your next chapter. Because no woman rebuilds alone, and you don't have to either. So let's do it. Let's be unprecedented together. Thank you so much.
Wow, let's be unprecedented together. And you were unprecedented today, Eva. How did that feel for you?
It was great. Thank you, Luke.
Oh, amazing. Well, you know, what I loved about that was when you said, if that's you, and you want to choose you instead of an identity that somebody else gave you, I just thought, I choose me, I choose me, I choose me, I choose me.
Yes, all day long.
Everyone's choosing themselves. So
Good.
What an incredible, inspiring story. I got to ask you, Eva, is it a coincidence that evaluate, validate, and activate is the letters of your name?
That was another poof that came to my mind one day as I was thinking, and it it was kind of a coincidence, but maybe in the back of my mind, it was on purpose, right? It just happened to work.
The universe giving you a sign.
Yes.
Well, I love it. Your message reminds us that job loss isn't the end. It is the beginning of something even more powerful. So thank you so much for your light. And our beautiful audience, what's one word that you'd use to describe Ava's message today? Just drop one word in the chat for Ava, because I can see so many people being inspired there. Way to go. I can't wait for you to read the chat. That was incredible. So let's hear it one more time for Ava.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, that is it. What a journey we've been on today. And I just want to take a moment to appreciate what's happened here in the last, I don't know, what have we got, like 60 minutes, something like that. 3 incredible speakers, 3 unique stories, 1 shared message. The transformation starts when you decide to show up as your full self. So I really want to thank you as well, our beautiful audience, for just playing full out, for just on fire in the chat, really. Help me out now. Like, what's one word now in the chat to describe, one word that describes everything you're taking away today? One word that captures how you feel right now after hearing these incredible transformational stories. Great job. Yeah, what a lineup. You guys have been incredible. And I hope that you've taken notes and that you've made some decisions and that you've got some insights and some breakthroughs from what our incredible speakers have shared today. And maybe you want to take advantage of Nielsen's incredible newsletter, or maybe you want to book some time with the unprecedented Ava. What are you taking away? What is one action that you're committed to doing? Because it's great to make notes, it's great to observe, but when the rubber hits the road, that's where the action is. So what's a commitment that you're making to yourself right now that you are going to do differently as a result of what we heard today? Just drop that in the chat for me. What do we got? Great speakers, uplifted, transformed, unprecedented. There you go, Ava. Unprecedented is in the chat. That's how somebody feels. That's Ubed. All is possible. Inspiration, informed, brilliant. And our speakers are so grateful for all of your participation. So whatever you are going to do, take it away. And maybe there's something you could share with somebody that you know. Maybe there's somebody who could really use the replay. Our replay will be available. So if you want to share any of our amazing speakers' messages with someone in your network, someone you care about, somebody that you love, somebody who maybe needs to hear those words today, then maybe that's something you could share. Maybe that could be an action for you. I want to thank again our incredible speakers. They did an incredible job. Let's just give them one more round of applause for all the work that they did and all of their beautiful stories and how well they shared it today. And you guys made the chat easy, fun, and impactful. I can just see scrolling through it, and I know that our speakers can't wait to see it up. And I want to remind you of one thing as we wrap up now. Transformation is when you're able to apply something that you learned into your real life now that creates a result. So who's up for implementing what they put in? Make sure that you take action, because don't waste the time that you've invested today without taking action. So what are you committed to do? Final decision for you, drop it in the chat. I'm going to be unprecedented. Carolyn, you can be quiet but loud in a different way. Be more courageous, activate, never compare yourself to others. This is unbelievable, guys. Just do it, take action. Look at that. I pressed the wrong button. That's what happens in these live scenarios. And we're all adorable when we do it. So sorry if you missed me there just for a moment. I pushed the wrong button. So that's okay. But for everybody who's shown up today, thank you. There's lots of resources on this page. So even after we're finished, you're going to get some emails, you're going to get some data, you're going to have some decisions, and you can access all of that. And if that's something that calls out to you or you want to share it with somebody, please do. We would love to help more and more people take the stage, share their message, and go from feeling small to being seen, because that is where real power and transformation lives. So the rest of us who are in the Public Speaking Academy, we are going to go backstage now, and we are going to have a debrief, and we're going to tell our amazing speakers everything they did so well. And if you want to reach out to them, then you've got the links for some of them. For Dennis, he didn't share a link, but just look for Coachy. He's the founder of Coachy. And I would encourage you to connect with them on social media and just tell them what you thought. Maybe give a personal message about what you were really inspired with. So thank you so much, everybody. You've been absolutely amazing. And I want to remind you of that as we finish up today. Where's the right button that I want? Here it is. So everyone here today, we've all been okay, but you guys out there in the audience, you have been amazing. So don't forget it.
One day, we'll be looking back on this and we'll say, aren't you happy that we did it our way? Everyone we knew was saying no way, but we were never listening anyway. So don't be just standing in the doorway. Don't you know we gotta hit the highway? Darling, this is gonna be a good day. And I've gotta say that I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. One day, I'll be looking back on this and I'll say, I'm so happy that you said you would stay. There were times I know that I was crazy, fraying at the edges and you saved me. I'm losing count of chances that you gave me. You're laughing at me dancing really badly and telling me the reasons why you'd gladly do it all again. Cause I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Well, hey, words can never adequately convey everything you're giving to me today. But holding you is better than a holiday, and leaving you I dread it like exam day. So at the risk of sounding kinda risque, everything to now has been the foreplay. Darling, I would follow you to Norway or anywhere you want it. Cause I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing. You're amazing. I'm not bad myself, but you're amazing.